early morning here at Sheffield Beach on the Natal coastline. We're going to head off and target a queen mackerel from the shore, from the rocks. This spot's called Dave's Rock, and queen mackerel, you're allowed to keep 10 of them. There's no size limit on them. Majority of 10s are caught off boats. You don't often catch 10 off the shore, but some days you do hit them when they're in the shoals and you catch loads. But we just need one this morning. A little bit of sport. Catching the rest, we'll release them. But queen mackerel, or what we call Natal snook, delicious fish to eat. Yeah, bear with us. See you on the bricks. Early morning, it's just after 5 a.m. The sea is looking absolutely perfect for spinning. I'm going to be throwing a spoon as far as I can and hopefully catching a queen mackerel. You often get shad and kingfish this way. I don't know if I'll eat a kingfish. It's not in me to kill a kingy, but and a shad at close season at the moment. So yeah, it's a Natal snook. And occasionally you get a garrick, but that I'll also probably release. But as you can see, the sea's amazing. Let's get going. Alright, there we go. I'm using a bullet style spoon. That's a pink and glow. Pink is my favorite color for these fish. I'm using a short piece of leader of 40 pound, and then I'm using a slightly longer 60 pound braid leader, and then onto my reel I have 20 pound braid. Let's go try. There we go. Here's the morning catch. A little coblet at that spoon right against the edge of the bricks. Not my target species, and it's undersized, so this one's going back in the ocean, but what a beautiful little specimen on the spoon. Okay, here we are, Natal North Coast in the Sheffield area. The spinning early this morning didn't work out very well. Popped home, had a shower. I'm heading down to target a bronze bream or anything else that's willing to eat a prawn bait or a piece of chocker. So I'm just going to scratch for some panfish. That little cobby I got on the spoon went back. It was too small, undersized. So yeah, I'm going to target something edible, pan size-ish. Maybe a blacktail, maybe a bronze bream, zebra, who knows. The sea makes its own mind up at times. Water looks beautiful today, working quite well. We had a very strong northeasterly wind blowing yesterday. It's puffing a bit now. Yeah, started to puff this afternoon. So we're going to, well, it's not quite afternoon yet, it's midday-ish. But we're going to find a bit of piece of water and see what we can get. Right, so we're down on the north coast, and right in front of me, as I walk down and put my bag down, there's just piles of rubbish. Beer packets, somebody's old dirty cough, cigarette packets, sardine boxes. Guys, seriously, I'm going to clean this up now, and I think everyone should, if you love our coastline and you love our fish species, and you want to see our oceans thrive and survive, you've got to stop leaving this rubbish on the bricks. It's ridiculous, actually. That plastic gets in the ocean, it gets down a turtle's throat, kills the turtle. It's just, yeah, it's unfortunate. As fishermen, we live from the ocean, and if you're fishing, you're trying to live from the ocean. So why kill it by leaving all your rubbish everywhere? It's actually insane. Now I'm going to pick all this up, get my hands all dirty with your rubbish. I don't mind because I'm keeping my environment clean. But seriously, if we could just instill just that little bit. Even if I don't catch a fish today and I go home and cook something like my bait, I feel I've given you guys enough of a message. And you've got to start taking this seriously, guys. Our beaches are a disgrace. Our rocks are a disgrace. If I had to pan this camera around the section of rocks, most people would be shocked. There's bits of line, there's bits of fish, there's bits of rubbish. It's absolutely disgusting. So, if you guys can take anything from this, even if I don't catch our fish this morning, I'll teach you guys how to cook your bait. But take your bait home in its box. Take your bait home in its packet. Cook it at home. Don't leave the packets on the rocks. It's giving fishermen a bad name. It's killing our environment. It's actually, I'm disappointed. The sea is my life. The oceans, the animals, the environment we have in South Africa is my life. And to see this disappoints me. Breaks my heart. Anyway, it's enough preaching. Let me get fishing. I'm fishing very simple today, just fishing a lightish outfit. An 11-foot rod with a small 4,000 size reel, some 15-pound braid, and I'm going to be throwing a couple of prawns and some chocolate baits around and hoping to catch something that's edible, hand size. You know, the same people that leave this rubbish on the rocks probably the same people that are catching shad out of season. They've got no regard for our environment and for our ecosystem. Seriously, guys, let's change our habits. Let me show you exactly what this place looks like. Check this out. And this is where I walk to and drop my stuff off to start fishing. Starvy blue. What's this? Red square, some dirty cloth, your dirty old bait. Okay, granted the crabs might eat it, but they're not going to eat it off your cigarette box. Sardine boxes. And just general filth everywhere. Look there, more sardine boxes in the distance. As the wind blows, it just blows all this rubbish everywhere and it makes this place disgraceful. Anyway guys, that's enough about that. Let me get to what I came here for, to catch some fish. I'm targeting rockfish, bronze bream, or something of that sort. And there we have a number 1 hook, a nice orange float, a short hook snoot about 30 centimeters and a longer sinker snoot of about 40 centimeters with a knot in the sinker line, so if the sinker gets jammed I can snap it off. Then I have my bell sinker, which I've flattened with a hammer, and that just stops the bell sinker from rolling around, so it lies on the bottom flat, doesn't roll quite easily. And I'm going to use a prawn as bait. I like a red prawn. I'm going to use 2 of those. They're a little bit frozen at the moment. Just going to peel those quickly. Peel the shells. Keep the shells in front of your box, because you can bang those into chocolate at a later stage. I'm just going to split the prawn with my knife. Just basically split it right in half. Split the second one. Okay, and then we're just going to tie it on the hook. So on the hook shank, just going to go through and get that one lined up. tie the first piece on as a base, so you can get that nice and secure. Keeping your hook proud at all times. So always keep the hook point proud and sticking right out. And then we're going to build up around that foundation with the flesh side, so the side that you cut, flesh side out. In fact, you could probably throw that. I'm just going to beef it up a little bit. There's going to be a couple of peckers in the water. So if the peckers come, they're going to eat a little bit of the outside, and hopefully the foundation stays for the bigger one that eventually finds the bait. Or if I'm lucky today, I'll throw it straight in a big one's mouth. Sometimes it is the case, but most of the time you've got to work hard first. Especially on the Natal coast. Unfortunately, the Natal coast has been hammered. The fish species are... look, I wouldn't say they're in terrible state in this side. Unfortunately, they have been limited to breeding through a lot of our estuaries being closed. Our main breeding estuaries like St. Lucia estuary. So when we do catch a breeding fish in this area, we let that go so it can continue spreading eggs as far as it goes. And when we get the pan-sized ones, those are the ones we like to eat. I mean, fishing is all about catching something. And personally, I'd rather eat a fish out of the ocean than a fish out of a box that I don't know how it's been caught. One that I've caught myself out of the ocean on my own bait, my own work. And there's my bait, and then I just slide my... You can see there's a knot in my line, so that just holds that on there. There we go. That's a lovely little red prawn bait. Now we're going to go get a bite. I'm going to move to another little area. This has been a bit quieter, but first of all, now I've got to pile my bait box full of somebody else's rubbish. Guys, seriously, I'm going to say it again and repeat myself, but let's just clean up our stuff. It's quite simple actually, at the end of the day. Check how quick that was. Guys, literally as light as anything. It took me probably 15 seconds to tidy that up. Next time, touch yourself. Okay, so I've given it a good 3-hour session here. Not even the blacktail, not even the puffer fish want to play the game today. Apart from cleaning up all that rubbish, which made me feel good, and all the bits and bobs of other bits and pieces around the rocks, I'm actually gonna put my tail between my legs. Fishing is called fishing for a reason, it's not catching. The north coast of Natal is difficult. I did get that cobby on the spoon early this morning. Just by the way, the apparel we're wearing, the black shirt I was wearing this morning while I was spinning, and as well as this awesome, really nice camo colored shirt, are available online, catchcook.com. And if you want to add some comments, your experience with rubbish on the rocks or whatever it might be, ask some questions, drop a message in the bar below, hit a thumbs up. Let's carry on doing this. We need your guys' input to keep this amazing international fishing, foraging, hunting channel going. We're not all going to catch fish every day, guys, just know that. I've been having a bit of a purple patch lately with no fish whatsoever, except for small fish, cob and things struggling here and there, but everybody goes through that. You just got to carry on going. Fishing's just like that. You have an area or a while in your life where you struggle to get a bite. suppose it happens with everything, all kinds of sports. Sometimes you struggle to get over that bar when you're doing high jump or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to head on home. I've got a beautiful chocker. The chocker we use as bait in South Africa is actually export chocker that's caught in the Eastern Cape PE region. It's line caught, and most of it's actually exported. The export chocker these days we buy for bait is about 199 Rand a kilo, so it's more expensive than the average butchery for a piece of fillet steak. But at least we know where it comes from. It's sustainably caught on hand line from the chocker boats with a very controlled season and very controlled quotas. So, and then obviously the price factor, so it keeps it quite sustainable, because you know you can only buy that much chocker at 199 Rand a kilo. So apart from the export market, our bait markets, I'm not going to waste that piece of chocker. It's slightly defrosted now. I don't like refreezing chocker, so I'm going to take that home and I'm going to turn it into some nice Thai, fresh Thai spring rolls with my secret sauce. And I'm going to actually use my garden, my organic vegetable garden, to source all the veggies that I'm going to put inside that thing. So yeah, let's head on back to my place and let me show you a healthy, sustainable food source. I just got that cob on the spoon, and then went scratching on the side there, as you saw, and just was overcome by the amount of rubbish left on our coastline. Now the plastic is something that's taking our oceans by storm, and you know, if we want to be custodians of our oceans, if we want to be custodians of our fish species, we all got to start living in such a manner that we don't actually go and get plastic washed into our oceans. So guys, seriously, let's be custodians of this amazing planet. We've got generations ahead of us. They also need to see and experience what we've experienced. So keep it clean, guys. Anyway, the cob was undersized. It was let go. So I've decided to cook what in my opinion is a cob's favorite food. That's a chocker. Now chocker is sustainably sourced. It's sourced down in the PE region or the Eastern Cape region. It's hand caught on hand lines. Well, this chocker I'm using is hand caught chocker, caught on hand lines off chocker boats, and just because of that, they're well looked after. It becomes an export quality chocker, and it sells for over 200 Rand a kilo in most cases. So it's more expensive than fillet steak from most of your convenience stores. And yeah, it's mostly exported. We call it export quality because most of it's exported. The only chocker that's kept in this country in fact, most of it's exported except for the bait. And now this is bait, and this is export quality bait. It's not exported to the rest of the world as bait. It's exported to the rest of the world as a food. So I'm going to use my Havalon knife system, and we're going to clean this baby. I'm going to take the short blade, and it basically fits in. Push the button there, and it's locked in place. And there you have a nice sturdy short bladed knife. Very, very nice little system. And quite simply, we're just going to cut the chocker open, clean it up, and then I'm going to score it, pan fry it. I'm going to create some nice fresh spring rolls. Okay, so essentially we're just going to do that. Lie it on its back, see its wings there. I'm actually just going to cut it right down. You can just see how sharp that knife is. Just cut it right down the center. Don't cut too deep, you don't want to break the guts open. Those are the guts inside. You want to actually strip those out. Now this is part where it comes to minimal waste of this sea creature. Okay, so there's the head and the ink sac. I'm going to keep that ink sac because if I make pasta one day, I can make ink, can make squid ink pasta. Then I'm going to go here, I'm going to pull this out, and that is going to be the two fillets. That doesn't go to waste. And then just behind the eyes, we can just trim it off. And that's the only piece of waste we have here. That is because there's all the stomach enzymes. You wouldn't want to eat that. In fact, I think in some cultures they actually ferment that, but I'm not going to try that today. I'm going to keep the head, going to take the beak out. Pop that beak out. That's just a hard. That's the beak of the squid. And then I'm going to just take the eyes just in front of the eyes. And just in front of the eyes there. I'm going to break that out. So that's the only bit of waste we have. The head. Then we're going to take the cartilage out the inside. We don't want that. Then we take those wings and we can tear them off with the skin. Just grab them like that, and as the skin comes off, the wings will start coming too. And then you pull all the skin off. Scrape out all the guts that are left. Trim the edges. And that's that. And give it a rinse. Okay, in the meantime we're going to split the head. Just going to have it 2 or 3 pieces like that. We're just going to take a piece of kitchen towel and we're going to pat that dry. If you leave it wet, it boils when you try and pan fry it or pan sear it. You don't want that. You want to just have it. So just pat it so it's dry both sides. Skin side up. Give it a good dry. And then skin side or inside up. You're going to take it. And we're just going to take that sharp knife and we're going to score it. Just across. Don't all the way through. Just lightly score it across with your sharp knife. So you're just dragging the knife across it and scoring it. All the way in one direction and then all the way in the next. You can just see I'm lightly scoring it. This is black pepper. Coarse black pepper. And the same thing, we're going to put some salt on there. And then just a little glug of olive oil, just a little splash here and there. And we're just going to use our fingers, get that olive oil, massage it all over. And it spreads the nice pepper and salt everywhere at the same time. Just going to put that on there too, just to get some of that oil and salt off the skin or off the body. And our frying pan on high heat. I'm going to get that frying pan really hot, flesh side down into that hot pan. Remember, there's already olive oil on the actual squid, so I'm not going to oil the pan. I'm just going to get that pan to get searing hot. It must almost start smoking. When I see a bit of smoke coming off it, it's ready. And then I put that squid in there, skin side down. When I place the squid into the pan, you'll see it'll roll up, and I'm just going to keep rolling it. I'm not going to turn it or try and straighten it. I'm just going to keep rolling it in that shape it forms until it's cooked through. It takes literally 40 seconds to 50 seconds to cook through, and if you go over that, it gets tough. Okay, there we go, done. The pan frying's done. And then we have, what we're going to do is we're going to quickly change the blade on this knife. So push the button, pull the blade out, pop in, push the button, and now I have a filleting knife. In this case, I'm just going to use it to cut up the squid into strips. You can see how sharp that knife is. I'm just going to cut into little strips like that. Okay, and there you have it. There you have all the squid cut up into little strips. Export quality chokka. It's soft, it's delicious. Like I said, 40 seconds, 50 seconds in that pan, and that's what you got. Absolutely soft, delicious. So good. And I'm just going to go collect all my veggies, and I'm going to show you guys how to make fresh spring rolls with chocker squid. Okay, that's it. The mixture is going into a bowl. And we have fresh, delicious vegetables. Organically sourced. Alright, so we have our squid, all our lekker veg. We've got a bowl of water. And we have Chinese rice paper. It's a rice paper disc. You soak in the water for a bit. Leave it to soak for a few seconds. And when you take this one out, you put the next one in. So it's ready for your next spring roll. To do it successfully, it's got to be in the water long enough to go soft and pliable. Easy. So we're going to put it down on the edge. Put the next one in. I'm going to take a handful of veg, not too much because it's a small surface area we're working with. And get them all kind of straightened out. And then you put a couple of pieces of squid in there. Take the end, roll it over. Once you've got it over, fold the outsides in and then roll it. As you roll it, and there's one. Alright, there we have our 3 fresh spring rolls. And what we're going to do, we're just going to put a little bit of soy sauce in a little ramekin inside the bowl. One there. One there. And you can see that freshness inside. Look at that. And you put those in there. 1, 2. And then finally, just some black sesame seeds sprinkled over it. And there you have it. A delicious meal prepared from export quality chocker we use for bait. So there we go, guys. It's so easy to make nice food out of bait. Fishing's not always about catching fish. It's just about getting out there, enjoying our natural resources, looking after them, cleaning up after everybody else's mess. But I think you guys must head on down underneath this video. Leave us a comment, ask us questions, and remember, it's nice to live knowing where your food is sourced from. Organic way of life, all of that is pretty much sustainably sourced, organically grown, healthy and good for you. Catch Cook, give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like it, make us a comment, ask us any questions, and we'll gladly answer everything we can. Till next time, cheers.